So I saw a report on the news just the other day that said 208 million people could receive stimulus very soon. And I want to break down where this is coming from, because this stimulus is coming to the tune of about $980 billion. And this could happen this summer. And then the US government could actually give an additional $1 trillion. So almost $2 trillion in stimulus to about 208 million people. Think about that and let that sink in for a moment. Now, in just a moment, I'm going to explain exactly who could get this stimulus, where it's coming from, and what this means for you moving forward. So I'll break all that down in just a moment. All I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoyed these daily updates. And now let's begin. So it's been many months since I've talked about any type of stimulus. Well, this story that I'm about to show you is stimulus. Look at this. It says the U.S. could give homeowners a $980 billion stimulus at no additional cost. How crazy is that? $980 billion. That's almost $1 trillion. Now, how could a homeowner get this? Where's it coming from? What is this going to do to the economy? Well, I want to show you, because this is actually coming from Freddy Mack. Okay? Look at this. It says last month, the government-sponsored mortgage finance agency, Freddy Mack, filed a proposal with its regulators, the Federal Housing Finance Agency. They want to enter into the secondary mortgage market, otherwise known as the home equity loans, or HELOCs. It's a home equity line of credit. That's a HELOC. Now, the reason I bring this to you is because what we have seen over the past handful of months, actually over the past years, we have seen many Americans are struggling to just keep up with their mortgage payment, keep up with a car payment, keep up with medical bills, keep up with putting food on the table, keep up with credit card debt, all these things. Well, just the other day, okay, and I read this story to you, I believe yesterday as well, but this is a report. It's from Gallup. It says Americans continue to name inflation as the top financial problem. Now, I want to show you the chart, and I showed this to you the other day, but I want to show it to you again, okay? Here's the reason why. Look at this. It says the most important financial problem facing U.S. families. 41% say high cost of living or inflation, 14% owning a home or renting a home, too much debt, not enough money to pay debts, healthcare costs, lack of money, low wages, energy costs, taxes, college, unemployment, interest rates, insurance, retirement, lack of savings, state of the economy, and so on and so forth. Now, here's the reason why I bring that to your attention. Not enough money to pay debts. Okay, I want to touch on this one. And this is because what Freddie Mac just did and what they filed to be part of the secondary mortgage market, that is big. I want to continue to read this though. Let's look at this. Okay, it says otherwise known as the home equity loans. This was a smart move by Freddie, and the FHFA will do a lot of good by approving it. Despite the more than $32 trillion in equity on homeowner balance sheets, very little of it has been tapped through home equity loans. Look at this. It says in 2007, just before the financial crisis, there was more than $700 billion in home equity loans that were outstanding. Keep in mind, $700 billion in home equity loans that were outstanding was a problem then, because the people were getting so many loans. Sometimes they're getting more than one loan on their property, but they were going to get secondary loans on their homes. Again, homes. And then what happened is the market started to tank. And as the market came down, these people still owed more money. So the value of the property was down here, but the amount of money that they owed was up here. The bank wanted that money. Guess what? They couldn't do it. There was no way they could do it. So what happened? They gave the properties back to the banks. Well, here's the reason why that's different. It says today there's roughly $350 billion in home equity loans. It also says home prices have risen more than 70% since then. So back in 2007, 2008, home prices, what was the average? Like $200,000 for a home. But today, the average price for a home is a little bit over $400,000. But yet, the home equity loans back in 2007 were about $700 billion in outstanding home equity loans. Today, half that, $350,000. When if our prices or the values are going up on our homes, shouldn't the prices or the amount of home equity lines, shouldn't those be potentially $1.4 trillion? Well, yes and no. The reason why I bring all that to your attention is because of this. What we are now hearing is that we are not going to see a housing crash. We're not going to see a crash because interest rates are at this, and every time interest rates rise by 1%, theoretically, we're supposed to see home prices drop by 10%. No, it hasn't happened. It's not going to happen. According to experts and according to multiple banking executives, they say we will not see a housing crash, but what we will see is banks force foreclosure. Here's why. As people start to go and get more or get into trouble because they have too much debt, what are they going to do? They're going to look at the one thing that they can actually access. That is their home equity. And if you go look at this, if people are worried about the high cost of living, they're worried about owning their home. Well, it doesn't really work because you're going to take that equity out. But high cost of living, too much debt, healthcare costs, lack of money, energy costs. Let's say you got to pay taxes or college expenses. Think about all these things right here. All this. What could happen that you could go and get potentially $50,000 or $100,000? You can go get a home equity line of credit. That's the reason why some believe that what Freddie Mack just did and potentially pulling $2 trillion. This says $980 billion. Okay? But they say it could be more than that. And I want to read you some of this. Okay? Look at this. It says, as early as this summer, a proposed move could begin to unleash almost $1 trillion into consumers' wallets. By the autumn, it could be on its way to $2 trillion. Okay? That is huge. Think about the amount of people out there that have a mortgage of $200,000, but yet their property value is at $400,000. Okay? So if that's the case, and a bank will give you up to 80% of the value, that means they could get, it's a $400,000 home, they could get $380,000. Actually, $320,000 is how much they could actually get. Okay? That's the maximum amount that they could get a loan for. Well, if they have $200,000, they could technically get another $120,000 as a home equity line of credit. That's huge. $120,000. Think about what $120,000 could do for you. Could you pay off your credit card debt? Maybe pay off your car? Could you eliminate some of your healthcare costs because you pay for certain medications ahead of time? Could you pay for your energy bills? Pay for your back taxes? Maybe send your kid to college? You could probably do all that. That's the reason why some believe that what is happening right now and what Freddie Mac just did could be huge. But at the same time, their worry is that banks would then be forced into foreclosures. They would have to force people, because what's going to happen, and I'm going to show you some of these states though, okay? But what's going to happen as people start to take their money out of their home, take the equity out, and use that money to pay down debt, right? Have a little cushion. They're going to feel safe. They will then most likely go on a vacation, spend in excess on other things that they may not ever need, but they'll do it. But then the bank's going to come calling. Here are the states currently with the highest foreclosure rates. Currently, South Carolina. Look at this. 1 in every 2,248 homes are going through foreclosure filings. Delaware, 1 in every 2,428 homes. Florida, 1 in every 2,632 Ohio 1 in every 2,828, and Connecticut 1 in every 2,884 homes. So, just think about it and let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Do you think this is a good thing? Do you think this is a bad thing? If the federal government gets into secondary mortgages, gets into the home equity lines, this is going to create more debt for the United States. But they say this could be quality debt. But I want to know your thoughts down in the comment section below, but I will leave you with that. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.